All right, greetings, you absolute chads. We have a quick little cooking with Sam video. For those of you who have not been around for a while, you might not know, I can't cook worth a shit. I don't season my food. It tastes bad. I'm not going to enjoy it either way. But because of this and the fact that I don't really like food, I never really bothered to make it taste better because for me, it's just shoveling it down either way. So I never really learned to cook. Nobody taught me to cook. I've gradually finessed my way through how to prep my meals and make sure my nutrition is on point, have everything prepared ahead of time, and how to kind of hit all of my micros and my macros and, fuel myself to train well. But I'm self-taught. I can't cook worth a shit. You don't need to tell me that. But I will share with you guys a little tip that I use. Most of you know rice is the basis of the carbohydrates in my diet. Obviously, rice is pretty devoid of micronutrients, but it's very easy to digest. We can look to get our macros elsewhere, but when we need this high caloric intake, as someone such as myself does, it's very easy to run up a lot of that additional volume using rice to fuel the high training demands. But I use some potato in my diet as a way to bolster up my potassium quite a bit because a potato has more potassium than like 2 bananas. So what I like to do is when I'm preparing my carbs for the day, usually I'll throw in a big pan. I'll cook all my my ground beef for the day or for the next day. Pretty quick, big pan, non-stick. And then my carbohydrates, I measure out my rice for the day, and then I chop up 1 to 2 potatoes into small bits, and I throw them in there in the rice cooker with the rice. I measure out my salt for the day to make sure I get up towards what I like to look for my salt intake, and then I throw it all together and I just turn on the rice cooker on the white rice setting. And that way we can prep our carbohydrates the same way we would our rice for our super cool muscle man meat and rice meals, the basis of all performance ever. But we can also mix in some potato into our diet in a quantity that we don't have to worry about it being super satiating, but we can get some additional potassium if that's something we're struggling to get. So that's my terrible cooking tip, is dice up a potato and put it in with your rice. Also, one little thing I thought I would throw in here and mention for those of you who like to keep up with the goings on in my household. I'm actually teaching Kirsten my methodologies for coaching. Obviously, at first, she's going to work with people for free to gain experience until she's actually good enough at it for it to be moral to charge people money. But the goal is hopefully to have her be a second coach under my whole Sheather training umbrella. So that way I could potentially try to help more people out. And then if she ends up doing that, maybe that's something she pursues full time in the place of her current job, I would probably be handing over a lot of the business side of this whole deal to her because I like to think I'm an okay coach, I'm an okay lifter, and I'm a terrible businessman. So I could probably use some help in that regard. But I thought I'd keep you guys in the loop and let you know that I currently have my very own apprentice.